Hello everybody. Let me connect my mic and then we can get started. Give me a second. Mic in. And in today's stream, I will be making some Java structure related things. Well, to be precise, I will be working on a linked list and then a doubly list. To be precise, it's doubly linked list. And of course, I have never made it before. I just read about it in school, so I am thinking to actually make it now. Let's see. And I did wrote some code on paper, but I don't really believe that. So I will actually make some code here and then let's see what's up. And let's see if it's actually working or not. So now let's get started. So I will make a new folder and I'm gonna call it maybe what should I call it? Data structure. So now we have our data structures. So first of all, I will start with doubly linked list because it is easier. Trust me, it is easier than other stuff. Java, and now we have the class here. All right. So now the next thing that we have to do is we don't need the main function. So in our how our doubly linked list works. Well, let me just show you real quick. So I will just open up MS Paint. It's pretty simple. My teacher taught me, so I'm going to teach you as well because why not? It's fun. So in our doubly linked list, what we're going to do is, first of all, we have like nodes. All right. Like, let me just wait a second. Let me make a bit longer nodes. So you can consider a node as a data point or something. Okay. So let me make couple more of these and wait a second. I will just I cannot even make nodes. Help. Let's make a single one. Copy it. Paste. How do I paste it? Okay. Let's try selecting it. Copy paste. Wow, it works. And then I will just paste one more. So now like we have three nodes. I mean we have four nodes. So how it actually works is in our nodes we will have three data points. Let me just make some divisions out here. All right. And let me just delete this. Boom. And let me just copy paste this thing. Copy paste. And then I will just paste and I will just paste. All right. So what does this mean? Well, these are our data points and we have to connect them with each other. But how the hell do we do that? Well, in this point, we will give address of this thing. Sorry. Let me just redo it. So in this point, we will give address of, I cannot even, what the hell? How do we use this polygon tool? Maybe it's called curve tool. I don't really remember. There we go. So in that point, we are connecting our node 1. Let me just type, well, I will call it 1 and our node 2. All right. This is called node 3, sorry, 3. And then this is our node 4. All right. So that's how it is. And now we will also connect our node 2 to our node 1. All right. And then we will connect our node 2 to our node 3. Sorry, I messed up a bit. Node 3. Right. And then we will connect our node 3 to our node 2. It's so simple. And then we will connect our 3 to 4. And then we will connect 4 to 3. And that's pretty much it. That's how our linked list work. And the only thing is the first node, it is called the starter node. They do not have anything linked from their back, or you can say from their start, from this part, all right. And the last one, they don't have anything at their end, like you can see for this fourth one. So that's how our linked list work. And now we actually need to code something like that. So what do we do? Well, what we can do is we can just make a class called node. Okay. And now first of all we will need something that this back box. All right. So I'm gonna call it uh previous link. Okay. It's like the previous thing linked, and its data type is going to be node. All right. And after that we will need next link. As you can see here, this is the next link. And now you might ask, what is this middle box? This middle box is actually the data, and just for simplicity I'm going to make it integer based, so int data. All right, pretty simple. And what's up here? The public type node must be defined in its own file. Oh, you better don't teach me, buddy. Um, let's see. And now the next thing is, well, I am fine with this name. Fuck off. Let me just rename it to node because I don't really like that stupid error because, well, it won't affect me, but still, okay. So now, first of all, I will just make the constructor. In a constructor, what we are going to do is we will just initialize these values to the default values like null, and same for the next thing. Well, I could have done it right here as well, but I don't know why I'm doing it here. I just like it this way, or maybe because that's how it is in my book. I could have done something like this instead. It would have worked, but I don't know. All right. So that's how our creation works. Now the first function that we need is called, wait a second, void create. In this function, what we are going to do is, you can say, like for example, we just have the, let me remove all of this. For example, we just have a single node. Okay. Now we want to create a, what is it? A doubly linked list. Here comes the create function. What we are going to do is, first of all, we have to make sure that this node is not connected to anything from its back, because this is the starting point now. All right, you get me? And now the next thing is, well, first of all, I can just make a variable called node parent. We are going to need it. I will show you and tell you why and how and stuff. So node parent is going to be this. It equals to this to be precise. And now we will also need the scanner class because we will need some user input. Let me just import the class. Man, I love Visual Studio Code. In school, I have to write it all in Notepad, and that sucks. All right, that actually sucks. Anyways, now let's get back. So first of all, let's do this. Now I will do scanner sc is equals to new scanner, and then we have to give it a source, system input. Now we have our source. So now what we're gonna ask is, we will ask a user, how many nodes do you want in this list? And to be, let's be a bit more, wait a second. I will just do in this doubly linked list. Sounds better, trust me. Do sounds good. And then we can have like n, that will refer to how many of these we want, and then what we can do is we can sc dot next int. Well, you know what? Now we can even have some things like, maybe if n is less than 1, then give it an error, or maybe if it is less than 2, then give it an error. Because why will you want a list of data? Well, of course you can insert data later on, but I'm not going to add those if checks because I think it's not really needed. Well, it is needed if it was something on production, but it is just me learning how data structure works, so not really needed. And to be honest, if it was something for production, we could have done something like if sc dot has next int. All right, that's important. Otherwise, we can get errors. But it is not production, so of course I don't care about it that much. So now, guys, we know how many nodes to add. All right, so one is already added. We have to add n minus one more. So what I'm going to do is, while minus minus n is greater than 0, what we are going to do is pretty simple. Let me just show you. We can do this. We can make a new node. We have a new node. So first of all, the previous link will be equals to the parent. All right, next link doesn't matter. T dot data is equals to sc dot next link. I will just add an input message real quick. And now what we have to do is parent will be equals to t, because now for the next thing, okay, let me just show you here. So let's say we created our, this is our node. Here we started. All right, in first loop we created this node called 2 and we connected it with the 1. All right, now when we have to create the node 3, we want to connect it to node 2. That's why we will convert our parent to the newly created node. Okay, that's how it works. And let me think about it. Is it actually going to work or not? And by the way, are people talking? Let me just check that out real quick. Wait a second. Where's the browser? There it is. Oh, I didn't even open the damn thing. Give me a second, man. I'm sorry if somebody was on the stream and I missed their messages. Well, that will be interesting. Let's see. I wonder if, and okay, we have 3 viewers. Oh my god, and we have 0 messages. What the hell? That's quite interesting. Am I that entertaining that you guys can stop watching? Well, that sounds good. But anyways, so now what we are doing is we are creating a node, we are linking it. Oh, by the way, we also have to link it to our to the parent, right? So what I'm going to do is, let's see, we will need to do parent dot next link. Next link is more like the parent's child, so we are going to do t, and instead of t, let's call him child, because why not? It's the damn child, you know what I'm saying? Child, and we can do the same here, child. It's so easy, bro. Like, seriously. So now we are transferring the child and stuff. Okay. Now let's see. We also need to add system.out.println thing here. Oh shit. Here. All right. So um, give the data of node index of a node. I don't really want to give the index and stuff because then I will need to make another variable, or maybe I will need to do a for loop, and I don't really want to do that much work, to be honest. Or maybe let's do it. I should stop being lazy. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus data of node with index plus I plus 1. All right, because first of all, it will be, let's say somebody wanted to add 3, and if I run it, okay, let's make it 1. All right, and we don't need to do the plus 1 here, and bam, we are all good. So now we are asking them for the stuff. So I think the void create function is pretty much it. Okay, and I will also make a display function, a simple one. Let me just do it real quick. Void display. So what we are gonna do in this is we'll say const start. Sorry, it's Java. Sorry, I forgot. I thought I'm doing JavaScript. So node parent, by default I'm going to make it this. Okay. Now I will make a while loop while parent dot previous link is not equals to null. That means this is not actually the starter. Instead of parent, let's call it start. Okay. Then we will do start is equals to start dot previous link, so that it is transferred to the previous one. So for example, let's say I am on index 4. All right, and now I want to display from the start, so I will need to go on the node 1, right? How do we do that? When we are on 4, we go to the previous one. Now the third one also have a previous one, so we go on here. This also has previous one, so we go here. It do not have any previous one, so what we do is we start displaying the data, right? And how? Well, let me show you. I have a idea. I don't have idea. Now we can do is while start dot next link is not equals to null. In this case, what we are going to do is, first of all, we will do some printing. I'll show you what. So first of all, we will need to print the data plus space, or maybe add a comma here. And let's don't do print ln. And then what we have to do is simple. Start is equals to start dot next. Sorry, next link, right? This should work. So what we are doing is, now when we are at the first node, firstly we will print the data of first node, then we go here, we print its data, then we go here, then we print its data, and then we go here and we print its data, and then we are done, right? I'm not sure. I think it will not input print the data for the last one, but let's see, right? I have no idea. I think it will not, but let's find out. Let's find out together. Copy the relative path. Let's do Java space boom. It will do nothing, but yeah, I didn't make a main class. Sorry, my bad. Let's make a main class. PSVM. I forgot to actually run the code in a way, you can say, right? So we will do like node x is equals to new node, right? Now, guys, we have a node, and we can set its data. For now, it's fine. It's 0. Then we can just do x dot create. Boom. Later on, we can make a function like x dot set data or something, but for now, it's fine. How many nodes I want? I want 3. Give the data of node with index this 1, 2. Boom! I forgot to do the display function. I'm so dumb. All right. Let's see x dot display, and if it works, I will be amazed for sure. So 3, 1, 2, and it logged 0 and 1. It didn't log the last one. So just as I thought, and that's pretty simple to fix, to be honest. Where is the file? There it is. I just have to do this, copy it, paste it, and remove this. Now let's do it all once more. We will do 3, 1, and 2, and it logged 0, comma 1, comma 2, and that is perfect. That's what we were doing. So as you can see, we actually have our doubly linked list now, in which we can create a linked list, and we can also, we can create it and we can see it, right? And now comes the real cool stuff. Okay, we have 3 viewers. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Anyways, let's get back to our thing. Now people can create a doubly linked list. They can see the doubly linked list. But is that enough? Of course it is not. Now we need a function called insert um, start. It will be like inserting a new node at the start of our current list, right? So how do we do that? Well, for that, first of all, we will need to find our start. And how do we do that? I can just do. I will copy this code. I can even make a function called okay, node get start, and then we are just going to return start, and we can also make a function called node get end. It is so easy, dude. Like, look at it. I can do node end, and now it will do. I just have to do next link, and instead of start, just for naming purposes, I will name it end. So if end dot next link is not there, then yeah, that's perfect. So now what we have to do is, come on, let's see. Node start is equals to, pretty simple. We can just do this dot get start. Boom. And now in our insert start, we do the same. We have our start. Now what we need to do is we need to get the node data. How do we do that? Pretty simple. Node, new node. We are going to make a new node is equals to new node. Interesting. And now, first of all, we will need some more stuff. Let's do it. Let's get some printing. Let's close that, paste it, give the data of the new node. And for index, we don't really care about that. We can even make a, let's leave it. Okay, so first of all, here we are gonna do new node. And maybe I should just make a scanner thing. Wait a second, let me do it real quick. Scanner SC. And maybe I should make it static. Now it's interesting. We have our sc.nextInt, sc.nextInt, we have sc.nextInt as well. Perfect. So what's up here? The value of local variable start is not used. Don't worry, it will be used. So in our new node, we are able to do what? We were able to create it, right? We were able to give it a value. Now you might ask, what do I actually mean by insert start, right? It is called insert start. So what we are doing is, what if you want, wait a second, you want a node called 0 at the very beginning, right? You want the node 0. Let me just do it like second this, and then I will make another file, another line. So now it is our node 0. I will just call it 0. And in case if you want it here, we will need to oh damn, I messed up a bit. We need to add this line here. Okay, I don't know how do we create lines. MS Paint is quite hard to operate, but now what we need to do is we need to link this thing here, and then we need to backlink the first node to our 0 node. So that's what we are actually doing in our, let me create the curve line. So that's what we are doing in our insert start. So now we have created the node. Now what we need to do is we will do new node dot next link is equals to the start, and then we will do this. start dot previous link is equals to new node. So that way our start is connected to the previous, our starts previous is connected to the new node, and new nodes next is connected to the starter node. So we can also call it a new start instead of new node. So that's pretty much it on our inserts start, and we can test it out as well. Let me just do it for you. So we can just do x dot insert start, and then we can just display the data once more. That's pretty simple, as you can see. Let me just run the code real quick. So first of all, we have our w linked list. See, 1 2. Now it's at 0 1 2, and now it is saying, yo, give the node. How do we do that? How do we give data of the node, guys? That's so tough. I can just do 5, and now it did 5012 because 5 is connected at the beginning. All right, and I will need to fix more stuff. Let's see, print. Where am I printing? Here I am printing. Here I am printing. So in the last one, let's just add plus slash n so that we have a new line there. And that's pretty much it. And also I can hear myself for some reason. Maybe it's from dude. What the? Oh, I have this thing opened here. My bad. Okay, wait. So that means I am one of those concurrent viewers. That was a big lie. Was scammed right now. Anyways, we are done with the insert start. Now let's look into the insert end. Okay, that's pretty simple as well. So now what we will do in this thing is, let me show you real quick. We just make a new node. Okay, I don't like this. And then of course it will have those partitions as well. And now what we want to do is we want to connect this thing here, and we want to connect this thing here. Pretty simple, right? And let me give it the index 5 as well, and 5. Pretty easy. Okay, so how do we do that? To start, we will have the end, of course. That's end. And instead of get end, we will have get capital END. Okay, so now we have the end, as you can see, give the date of the new node there. This thing is same, but now what we have to do is, instead of new node dot next link, it is going to be null. So we will do previous link is equals to end, and for our end thing, we'll connect its next link to a new node. So that way this thing is happening. All right, I don't know what should I say. So now I can just copy this, paste it, then let me just show you. Well, I will just comment this part for now, and instead of start I will call it start end. And now let's run the code and see if it works or not. So how many nodes do you want? 3. Give the data 1 2. Now give the data for the last one, 5 0 1 2 5. So you can see the end part worked as well. But my friends, now you might want to insert in the middle. Like what if you are like, no, I want a node, I want a node called maybe 2.5. 2.5, right? Let me just, you are like, I want a node called 2.5. Let me just make it partitions. And you want to connect it with, you want it to be between 2 and 3. So now what do we do? Well, it's pretty simple. We wait a second, connect this and this, and then we connect this. Okay, this and this. Okay, so that's what we have to do. We have to connect these chain or these nodes like this. But now the question is, how do we do that? Well, it's pretty simple. We just need to switch their next link, previous link. But the main thing is, how do we ask the user which node they want to edit or where they want to add the thing? Well, that's pretty simple as well. We can do something like we can ask for the index of the node. Like we want it at the second index, 0 1 2. So we can ask them for the index, or we can literally ask them to give the node where they want to attach the thing, right? So let's see what do we, and let's make a function called node get node, and then they need to give an index. And now what we actually do is, let's see, we return the um text. How do I call it? Uh, text. Okay. And now we do node index node is equal. We just define it for now. And we also need to find the start so that we can actually do the stuff. Start is equals to this dot get start. Okay. So now we have the start. Now we need to do the next thing. We will run a while loop. While let's make another variable called sample. Really good question. What do I do? I can make a for loop instead of while. That will be easier. So we can do for int I is equals to 0, I is less than index I plus plus. So 0 will be the start, right? And it is going to go less than. We are asking for the index. So they will do less than equals. Instead of index, okay, let's it's fine with index I plus plus and then, right. So now the thing is, my friends, thing is, the thing is what? That's a really great question. What do I do, my friends? What do I do? Well, we can start with null. And now what we have to do is, first of all, start equals to start dot next. So now we are transferring it to the next int. So let's say when we are at 0, we are here. Let me just, when we are at 0, we are here. We did I plus plus, now we are here. Now we are I is 1, we are here. Now I is 2, we are here. Okay. So when I is equals to, what do we do? If I is equals index and break. Oh, that it is doing that itself. We will need to do one thing. If start dot next link is equals to null, or we can just put it in the for loop. And start dot next link is not equals to null. That's pretty much it. Now the thing, my friend, is it will return us the node with that index. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty much good. Get node is good. Insert, and now we need the insert mid, right? Let me just copy it and paste it, and we can just make a function called insert mid. And now what we are doing is, first of all, you know, we'll just do, we will call it parent equals to this dot get node, and then index is equals to index. I'll just ask it on the functions parameter. So now we have this. What do we do next? Great question. We are okay. What if we do not have the parent? We do not, sorry, if parent is equals to null. I was about to do JavaScript lol, but I stopped. Man, I keep on forgetting if I'm coding in Java or JavaScript, even though I can see, but you know, I am more, I do JavaScript more, so yeah, stuff happens. So I can just do system.out.print, and then I can say invalid index, no node found at that, right? And dude, while we are doing all of it, I'm using a scanner for everything, so let's use scanner for this as well. Index is equals to sc.next in. Okay, that's pretty simple. And we will just add this message right here. Ask give the index of the node after which you want to connect a new node, right? So if we don't have the parent, then who cares? And if we do have the parent, we need to get the parent's child. Parent dot next link. Okay. But my friends, now the issue is it's possible that the parent's child not exist, but who gives a fuck about that? Okay. So now what we are doing is give the data of the new node. We have the data of the new node. The new node's previous link is going to be the parent. Okay. And new node's next link is going to be the child. Okay. next link. Now what? Now we need to adjust the parents next link, that will be the new node, and we need to also adjust the child's previous link to the new node. Pretty simple. Trust me, insert mid work. Okay. How do I know that? I don't know. I don't even know if it works, but I am hoping that it do works. And let's hope that it actually works, man. Otherwise, it is going to suck. Insert mid, and now we can just run the code and find out if it works or not. Okay. So we can just do, we will need 3, then 1, then now give the index of node after which I want to add the things. Let's try saying 5. Invalid index, no node found at that index. Now let's do it once more. 312 1, no node found at that index as well. Oh my, that was interesting. Okay, okay. What happened? Something is wrong with get node. Get index node, it is equals to node. Okay. Start is equal to start. Okay, I think I know what is it. We do not need that. We just return them the start. Alright. Or we just do this. Just replace them to the index node. That's fixed now. 312 1 and give the data for the node. Let's do 67. What? Null pointer accept. Interesting. I wanna do one thing in our this. I just want to do a bug debugging. I want to see stuff. First of all, we will do index plus, then I'll plus what? Parent dot data. Let's create the data structure once more. We have 312, we have 1. Now when I clicked on 1, the index was 1 and the parent's data is 2. So that's really interesting if you ask me, because I think in our get node function, let's less than, because oh my, let's try it once more. If I do 312, then if I do 1, okay, now this seems perfect. Now we need to give the data of the node. How do I do that? Just type 8. Boom. 0182. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I will add another if check here. If not parent dot next link or not parent there, that means it is the end, right? And I want to throw an error in this. Should I just throw it? Let's just return here. See, let's add a return here, and maybe I should do the same above. Back here. Now what's up here? The operator is undefined for the last argument. Oh, sorry, I cannot do this. Okay, my bad. It is equals to null. I keep on doing JavaScript. Invalid node. Use. Okay. Let's see else. Instead of giving a error, let's try to actually solve it. Right? Let's see. Data new node dot data dot previous link, that will be parent. For the next link, if this thing is equals to null, then it will be null. Otherwise, it will be the child. Or we can do like if child is equal then null, otherwise child. And this part is the main part. Okay, this thing doesn't matters. The thing that matters is if child is not equals to null, then do this. See, it is going to work now. And I don't really like the way they do it. I guess I will just add brackets instead of the way they are the shit. Oh, I'm scared. Do it once more. We do 3 1 2 and we give 2 and we give 10. Perfect. We are done with the insert function. Now we can insert in the middle, we can insert at the end, we can insert at the start. We can see our thing, we can create our thing. Okay, we are able to create, we are able to display, we are able to do the insert function, we are able to get the start, we are able to get the end, we are able to get the any index node. Now comes deletion. How do we delete? How do we delete from start, end, and middle? And then we can make more display functions like display from this index to that index, and display after this index, display before this index, display reverse, and we can do damn lot of things. But I will not do all of that today. So thanks a lot for watching, and we can do the rest tomorrow. And I took 36 minutes to complete just this much amount of code. That kind of sucks, and that's kind of slow as well. That's quite bad, that's quite sad, but who cares? That's it for today's stream, and thanks a lot for watching.